For our next story, we shift focus to South Africa. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is keen to visit the country. His office says South Africa is ready to welcome him. But Pretoria denies sending any formal invitation to Zelensky. Ukraine has long awaited an invitation from South Africa. It says that through diplomatic channels, it has received a confirmation that President Zelensky will be welcome to visit South Africa soon. However, it said timings have not been finalized. Zelensky is hoping to discuss the other details with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa at the World Economic Forum in Davos this week. However, South Africa says it has not confirmed Zelensky's visit yet. The president's spokesperson said discussions are on, but things are not yet finalized. Regarding Ramaphosa's meeting with Zelensky at the Davos summit sidelines, the spokesperson said it might not take place due to changes in Ramaphosa's schedule. He confirmed that Zelensky has requested a bilateral meeting with Ramaphosa. Zelensky is due to pay his first visit to Africa. Discussions regarding his potential South African visit have been ongoing for months, but they have not reached culmination. Ukraine has called Zelensky's South Africa visit very important. It says it will be key to discuss a potential strategy on how to press Russia on ending the war completely. South Africa leads an African peace initiative in Ukraine, and Kiev believes the country could push Moscow to secure the return of thousands of its children. It says Moscow had abducted and deported to Russia during the war. South Africa in recent years has grown closer to Russia. It has abstained from votes condemning Russia at the United Nations, hosting war games with the Russian Navy, repeatedly and publicly criticizing the United States, and even allegedly loading weapons and ammunition onto a sanctioned Russian cargo ship. South Africa is also part of the BRICS grouping with Russia. Despite South Africa's neutrality, Kiev says that Pretoria can help in brokering peace and facilitating the return of its abducted children. Ukraine has hailed the role of both South Africa and India for their participation in the peace process. It has highlighted the significance of the last year's visits to Ukraine by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, noting that both leaders were able to witness firsthand the consequences of war. But despite calls for peace, war in Ukraine continues, and the country's biggest ally, the United States, might not support it the way it did under the previous Biden administration. The current President Donald Trump and his Vice President J.D. Vance have both advocated for ending military aid to Ukraine and forcing Kiev into peace talks with Moscow. Now, even if that means that Ukraine has to cede territory to Russia that is currently under the control of Putin's troops. Despite courting Trump, the Ukrainian President Zelensky has been trying to rally support from other key nations like India and South Africa, but it remains to be seen if Ramaphosa will come to Zelensky's aid.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.